Do you want to know why you should buy Shopify stock now and never sell? Then you want to stick till the end of today's conversation. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How you doing today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. And if you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka. Let's roll. Today I want to talk to you about Shopify and why you should buy the stock now and never sell. Before I get into the nitty-gritty, let me quickly give a disclaimer here. I'm not providing financial advice. We're not investment advisors. Our team has just conducted research. We've done a lot of a comprehensive research here, and we are sharing with you the results of that research. So before you make any decision, you want to, if you are financially strong yourself, then you want to analyze your own situation, or you want to reach out to an expert before you make any decision. So we're just sharing with you here. We believe this is a great stock that has potential, but we cannot make the decision. We cannot advise you to make any decision. All right. So this was important. We needed to cover our butts here. So I'm going to share with you 10 effective reasons why you should buy Shopify stock now and never sell. Number one, Shopify has room for growth. This is still a small fish in a big pond if you think about it. Why? According to eMarketer, global e-commerce sales will reach nearly $4 trillion by the end of 2020. Now, consider that the total value of goods purchased over Shopify's merchant platform just totaled $61 billion. So on one end, you have $4 trillion, that's 4,000 billion. And then you have, on the other end, you have Shopify. Shopify is only having a 61 billion as a market share, if you will. That means that there is room for growth. The company can really expand. It's not close to saturation. No. So that huge market opportunity explains why Shopify's gross merchandise value, the GMV, that's so important for analysts in the industry. That GMV metric grew 49% last year in 2019 and 46% in the first quarter of 2020. So even after all that growth, Shopify's GMV commands just a few percentage points of global e-commerce sales. So the bottom line here is that the growth that I'm talking about is not just here in the United States or Canada, because this is a Canadian company, by the way, in case you don't know that. But the growth I'm talking about is global, from Asia to Africa to Latin America to Australia to New Zealand. The growth is there. So number one, the company has still room for growth. Reason number two why you should buy Shopify stock now and never sell is that they are commanding only a small portion of the U.S. merchant sector. According to the U.S. Small Business Administration, there are nearly 29 million small businesses in the country. Now, guess what? The company Shopify, they only signed up 1 million. So out of 29, they only have signed up 28. Only signed up 1. So you have 28 million. That's huge. Again, going back to what I was saying earlier, here in terms of GMV, here you also have in terms of enrolling merchants on the platform, you have a huge opportunity. And as long as the company can execute, as they have been doing in the last few years, chances are they are going to grab a good portion of those unenrolled merchants and bring them onto their platform. Reason number three why you have to buy Shopify stock right now and never sell. I was talking earlier about the opportunities in North America, in Canada, and in the United States. But guess what? There is an opportunity also throughout the world. I mentioned that, right? From Asia to Africa to Latin America to Oceania. The worldwide opportunity is massive. So you start to get a sense of why investors have bid Shopify stock up to a market value of $100 billion when looking at how many merchants are out there. According to the IFC, the International Finance Corporation, there are between 85 million to 100 million micro, small, and medium-sized businesses in developing countries. Think about it. So combining that with the United States, it's a potential market opportunity of around what? 125 million merchants worldwide. Folks, I'm just telling you here, I'm just kind of lay the foundation, the analytical foundation to explain to you why Shopify nowadays is it's just a small fish in a big pond. There is room for growth. Reason number 4 why you want to add Shopify stock to your portfolio right now is that the company itself has robust revenue growth. So in the first 3 reasons, I was just talking about exogenous options, right? External options. Now, I want to really dig a little deeper into the endogenous factors. So you have robust revenue growth. So this is a company that's well on its way to capturing a good slice of its addressable market opportunity. So Shopify generates revenue from various services, including payment processing fees, they call it Shopify Payments, and loans to merchants, Shopify Capital. So in the last quarter, in Q2 2020, merchant solutions increased 57% to $282 million. You also have subscription solutions revenue that climbed 34% year over year to reach $187 million. And this growth has been driven by new merchants joining the platform, strong app growth. So the Shopify app has been one of the best, one of the most popular in 2020. You also have growth in the highest tier subscription service, Shopify Plus, which is designed for large merchants. And I'll talk about Shopify Plus very, very soon. The next reason why, and this is reason number 5, folks, why you want to get on the Shopify bandwagon right now, the Shopify stock bandwagon right now, is that you're having here, we're seeing in front of our eyes, here a rising e-commerce juggernaut. We have a colossus here, a behemoth. So if you tally, let's say you tally sales from all of its US merchants in 2019, Shopify estimated that its platform would rank as the second largest e-commerce retailer in the United States, of course, behind Amazon. So the point here is that we just finished another show where we were actually talking about five Amazon stock lookalikes that you want to buy right now, and Shopify, guess what, was part of that list. Even though the business model is a little different, because Shopify is actually addressing the market of merchants, whereas Amazon is addressing the consumer markets, right? Amazon is selling products to consumers, which is not something that Shopify is currently doing. But my point here is that as long as the e-commerce sales are rising, that benefits both parts of the equation, whether it is Amazon collecting some commissions or Shopify actually helping merchants sell to customers. So that's reason number 5. Reason number 6, and this is something that a lot of people are excited about, including myself, is that large merchants are starting to enroll. And this sort of harks back to the Shopify Plus comments I made earlier, because the Shopify Plus is the highest tier subscription service, which is really, it's really targeting the large merchants. So the heart of Shopify's mission is to help small businesses and entrepreneurs start selling on the internet, right? Most of its merchants are on subscription plans that cost less than $50 per month. But for large corporations with complex needs, there is Shopify Plus starting at $2,000 per month. So this is kind of cool. So if you, and Shopify is pretty excited about adding companies as big as Kraft Heinz and the chocolate maker Lindt. So this is kind of cool because you're having the big players coming to join hands with the small players, and all of those hands are helping buttress the Shopify's platform. So Shopify is kind of cool, and Shopify Plus will help the company offer larger merchants the ability to move fast while managing cost, especially an important element at a time when economics are pressured. We're still in a COVID-19 sort of era, so companies are very aware, they're very cognizant, they're very sensitive about cost. I'll be right back, and I will tell you more about why you should buy Shopify stock right now and never sell. Welcome back to another section of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show, folks. I'm just very happy to have you around here, and we are talking about Shopify, why it is, in our view, an attractive stock to buy and hold on to forever, ever. Let's talk about reason number 7. By the way, folks, if you love the content's clarity and quality so far, please subscribe to our channel and turn on the notification bell so we can inform you in real time whenever we release a new show. We release this kind of shows every single day, rain or shine. Like this content, share, and comment below. Ask questions. We answer all questions as long as they are pertinent, they are relevant to the topic being discussed. Number 7, why you want to buy Shopify now, why you should buy. Number 7, Shopify is expanding its footprint to fulfillment services. Now, if you are familiar with Amazon's business model and you're familiar with something called Amazon FBA, then you know that fulfillment is where the game is played. All right. So Amazon FBA stands for Fulfillment by Amazon. So the thing here is that in 2019, Shopify made a game-changing acquisition of a company called 6 River Systems, and this is a cloud-based software and robotics provider that will help Shopify boost its plans to grow the Shopify fulfillment network. So this network of warehouses will have small businesses match the shipping speed of Amazon.com in a cost-effective manner. And the great thing is, guess what? That acquisition of 6 River Systems can also help Shopify attract a new wave of small merchants who have been on the fence. So Shopify plans to develop its fulfillment capabilities over a 5-year timeline. So by 2025, they should have a stronger platform. So the demand for this service is already strong, though. Don't get me wrong. So this is why they decided to acquire the 6 River Systems and start already getting on that bandwagon. Reason number 8 why Shopify is a great buy, in our view, it is a cash machine. It is a cash machine in waiting. Right now, the numbers are not really strong, but you got to look at the potential because the company is not making money right now, and this has made some investors a little scared, right? So they are actually. This happens when you have a growing company. This is because they are reinvesting whatever money they get. They're reinvesting equity. They're reinvesting the proceeds of the loans. They're reinvesting all this into the company. And I'm talking here about everything from the acquisition of 6 River Systems to the development of departments, or if you will, units as important as Shopify Payments and Shopify Capital, right? And so the thing here, you have to understand, they're spending a lot of money. They spend a lot of, as a matter of fact, investors have said that. Some analysts have complained about the high level of investment in revenue. So Shopify apparently spent 30% of its revenue last year in 2019, that is, on sales and marketing expenses. And some people are saying that this is a high level. This is too much. So right now management is looking into reducing marketing spending so that they are actually improving operating margin and growing profits down the road. This is a learning process for everybody, including the Shopify management. So give them some time. Investors have started to give them time, and they should see the results very soon. Reason number 9 why you want to get on the Shopify stock bandwagon right now and never sell and never get off that bandwagon, that is that the company, despite all the losses, has a healthy balance sheet. What do I mean by that? So they have lost money, right? So they've lost about 130 million over Q1 and Q2 2020. But guess what? They ended the first quarter of 2020 and the second quarter, for that matter. But I don't have the number for the second quarter. But they ended the first quarter with more than $2 billion in cash and short-term investments. And the great thing is they have no debt on their balance sheet. So what I'm trying to say here is that they're getting money from other sources, so from equity, for example. All right, so that cash can help them invest and reinvest in the future. And that's what you want. You want a company that has, we know a lot of so-called unicorns. I'm not naming names here, but you have so-called unicorns that are just bleeding money. They are not only losing money, but they don't have that much cash on their balance sheet. Unlike Shopify. And reason number 10, last but not the least, and this is very important for a lot of investors, especially institutional investors. The reason why you want to get on the bandwagon here is that Shopify founder and CEO owns a lot of shares. This is just telling you that basically that his name is Lutka. So Toby Lutka, he controls nearly 35% of the voting power of all outstanding shares. So he has skin in the game. He has skin in the game. He is interested in knowing what's really happening in the company, and chances are he will stick around for a long time. And that's what you want, right? So you want to have a company whose founder or founders are still interested in the future of the company and they have skin in the game. So this is kind of cool, because investing in founder-led companies is a good trick to find winning stocks for the long haul. Think about Amazon. Think about Larry Ellison. Think about Bill Gates and Microsoft at the beginning. Not now, but at the beginning. So you want to have that. You want to be able to have you want to have that combo of good vision and founder expertise to lead the company. And in the case of Shopify, we have a great founder. Toby is great. I mean, he's a great visionary leader. He has the breadth and depth of expertise around him. And with that, I'm very sure, and I'm not the only one, that a lot of experts have said so, that Toby and his executive team will find the best way to provide the kind of services that merchants, big and small, need in the next 10 years, 25 years, or 50 years. All right, here you have it, folks. Thank you so much for listening. I will see you next time, but until then, remember, stay marvelous.